Xenophon Anabasis, Episode 6. Hostis, daphikneta, ton para, basileos, prasauton. Pontas huto diatethes, apapempeta, hoste auto malon philus, enai e basile, kai ton par, heauto de barbaron, epimeleta, hos polemein te hikanoi, eiesan kai eunoikos, echoien auto. In this selection, Xenophon is talking about the ongoing struggle between Cyrus and Artaxerxes. Cyrus, who is supported by his mother Parysatis, and Artaxerxes, who currently holds the throne. And so he begins with this indefinite pronoun, hostis. And hostis patterns with this partitive genitive tone, which precedes the prepositional phrase, of those persons who were from the king, i.e. Artaxerxes. So whoever was of those from the king, whoever came, aphikneta, from those who were near the king Artaxerxes, and they came prasauton to Cyrus, all of them, Pontas, he sent back, apapempeta. He sent away from him and back to the king Artaxerxes. He sent them away, having treated them so well. So diatithes means to be well disposed toward, and huto here is an adverb of degree. Diatithes is masculine, singular, and nominative, and it refers to Cyrus, who is implicit in this passage. Cyrus, having treated them so well, all of them, Pontas, he sent back, and the result of this very fine treatment, a result anticipated by huto, see how huto sets up the result clause hoste, so well disposed was he, as he sent them all away, that as a result hoste, to him, i.e. to Cyrus, rather than to the king, more than to the king, they were loyal, philus enai. Now hoste, the conjunction that introduces a result clause, introduces two different kinds of result clauses. With a finite verb, typically the indicative, sometimes the subjunctive or optative, with a finite verb, hoste introduces what's called an actual result, something that really occurred in time and place. With the infinitive, hoste introduces what is referred to as a natural result. That is, it didn't necessarily happen, but it was the likely consequence of the action. So in this instance, hoste, with this infinitive enai, Xenophon is not saying that each and every person who left Cyrus and went back to Xerxes was more closely allied to Cyrus than to the king, but he's saying that this is the natural outcome of such good treatment at the hands of Cyrus. And let's look for a moment also at how the comparative works. Let's look for a minute at how philus works with the comparative. Philus goes with auto. Auto here is masculine, singular, and dative, and it refers to Cyrus. Typically, the dative is used with this adjective philus when we are specifying to whom someone is loyal or friendly, allied, etc. So they were more, malon. This is an adverb of comparison or of degree. They were more allied to him, and then the conjunction, than to the king. Basile is also masculine, singular, dative. When this conjunction is used, then the items on both sides of the conjunction have to be the same case. Of course, the second construction is to use simply what's referred to as the genitive of comparison and no conjunction. And then in this final sentence he says, and of the barbarians, ton barbaron, the barbarians who were with himself, that is with Cyrus, he took care, epimeleta. This verb, epimeleomai, patterns with a genitive, to take care of someone in the genitive. He took good care of the barbarians who were with him. Hos here introduces purpose, in order that. And when the main verb is secondary sequence, in this instance an imperfect emeleta, then the verbs in the subordinate clause are going to be optative. And so both of these are optative. He took good care of the barbarians who were with him, in order that hikanoi eiesan, they might be sufficient for waging war, that's the te, and also they might be well disposed. So echo with an adverb is equivalent to emisum with an adjective, that they might be of good sound mind, eunoikos, to him, i.e. Cyrus.